So it's been a while since I've done a extended tutorial on how to make a track, or how I've made a track, so I can give you guys some extra techniques that you can apply them to your own records. So here goes. Okay, recently I made a track on TikTok and it blew up, and I got a lot of people saying to me, why don't you release it? Release it, it's a really good track, etc. So I said, well, it's actually a copy of Manic's classic I'm Coming Hardcore, which came out in 1991. But I thought about it, so I thought I'll arrange it, lay it out, see how it comes out. And I'm quite pleased with it. Obviously, it's taken massive inspiration from there. I've not used the same chords as Manic, but I've used the same style. I've used the same breakbeat and the same bass sound. But all of it's replayed in by myself. It's not a direct copy. It's just massively borrowing the exact formula for that. So anyway, cut to chase. I'm going to show you how I made it. I've extended the 1-minute version that I did on TikTok, and I've made it now into a full track. So I'm going to show you the very simple techniques that it takes to make a rave record like this. It doesn't take a lot at all. Now, if you can see on the screen, I have got 9 tracks in total, and that's it. Okay, and that's a breakbeat, a crash, hi-hats, bass line, 2 piano riffs, and a piano tops line. So the piano is one sound, but into 2 tracks. A little vocal, warm pads, and an analog bell. Very simple, very effective, and let's just crack on with it, and I'll show you exactly what I've done. And you can take these techniques and apply them to your own tracks. So it starts off with a warm pad, like so. In C minor. And the warm pad, it just does the same thing over and over. I play C minor with a C root, then a D sharp, then an F. So like this. I'm just playing it now. Just change the root note. Dead easy, just messing about with the C minor scale, really, or the C minor chord, and then going up and down with the blues scale. Very simple. And then it goes into some closed and open 808 hats. Then into the crash and the piano chords. Then a piano tops lead line, like a melody. Then the main riff. Then a small vocal comes in, and then the break and the bass.
I know you're gonna dig this.
You get the idea. It's basically, massively inspired by Manic's classic I'm Coming Hardcore. So how did we do it? How does it put together? And how can you take from this? Right, let's crack on. The breakbeat is from Bobby Bird's classic Hot Pants. Bobby Bird was basically James Brown's right-hand man back in the 1970s and in the 60s. And he made a song called Hot Pants, and the break from it was the bonus beats of the single. And it was sampled by Big Daddy Kane and God knows how many rave records over the years and hip-hop records, countless. But yeah, and there's just this breakbeat here. Just over and over. And that's it. So he took that loop there, that break, added a 909 crash. Simple 909 crash like so. Just to give it a little bit of, extra touch. And then some open hi-hats from the 808. And there's your drums, that's it, that's all you need from there. So next up I needed a bass line, so I took the OXE VST, which is this classic FM synth here, and got the Lately bass, which is a classic house bass and has been used again countless times, and it sounds like this. Very simple. And I just put let's look at the EQ on that. I put on the EQ on there and I brought out the top ends. So if I take the EQ off, it sounds like this. Put that snappiness out in it. It was quite, needed to be done in order for it to stand out. Put some glue compressor on it, limiter and some bright room reverb, but only a really small amount. And that was it. So there's your bass line. And all the bass line does is follow the root notes of the piano, which we're going to get to now. The piano, of course, comes from the classic M1, and it sounds like this. And the riff is, of course, this. And there you go. And then follow that with the bass line. And of course the pads, they come into it as well. They're just the flat notes of the chord. So like this, look. Dead smooth, dead warm, dead eerie. Simple. And the vocal is just from a samples pack from an old school DJ scratch sample album.
I know you're gonna dig this.
Those old school of people here, you'll know exactly what that's been used before. So the one pads, they came from... where did the warm pads come from? The warm pads came from the Cobalt, which is a Windows-only VST. But it's got a really nice warm pad sound. You get warm pads from anywhere, but, you know, if we was to put that on, it would go like this. Really nice. Again, with that, just EQ'd it, took the bottom end out so that the bass can get through in there, you know. And then the last but not least is this sound at the end, which is these bells. And they are from the Monopoly, and it's just called Analog Bells. Dead simple, EQ'd it, took the bottom end out to brighten it up, and that comes in at the top. Did a snare roll on the breakbeat, tilted it up.
Dig this.
So there you go. That's basically the gist of the track. So use those sort of techniques just to put some sort of ravey sort of track together. Get a classic old school breakbeat, put some 808 drums in there, get a 909 crash. Lately bass, M1 piano, or any kind of piano really, but the M1 piano is obviously the best one to get. A little vocal sample, a warm pad, and some sort of analog bell sort of thing at the end, some sort of arpeggiated sort of diddle, you know, some sort of riff at the end. And that's it. And then just arrange it. I mean, it's gone from 5 seconds. It's only a 5-minute and 50 song anyway. A lot of tracks now are getting shorter and shorter, unfortunately, but that's the way it goes. So yeah, all you've got to do is grab those sort of simple sounds, simple elements, bung them together and make a rave track. Any comments at all, let me know in the box below and I'll help you with anything that you need helping with at all, and I will go from there. Thank you guys, and I'll see you in a bit.